2, 1. Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. I'm with Wolfie, and this is obviously just a general share advice and not personal advice, as per the disclaimer. Wolfie, a few stocks with some news today.
Yep.
We'll go through these quickly. Talga, TLG.
Yep.
Not quite getting back over trend, but it was a good announcement.
Yeah, it's just another box ticked for them. You know, they're heading towards that production, trying to get the batteries for EVs out there. So it's just another box ticked, another permit done. You know, it's probably they probably need a few more, to be honest. So we'll see how it goes. And if you're in this, I suppose you've got to have a look at it, Dave, from your point of view. If you're in this, what would you do? If you're not in this, you probably just wait till it gets back over that 147.
Yeah, I mean, it's not trendable at the moment, but it just needs to do a little bit more.
But it's a good story overall. I mean, it's definitely one of my picks in that graphite space.
Wolfie, ERD again. Here's another takeover. About I think what 130 you were saying.
Yeah, 130.
Now this story is a classic example why these sort of, and this isn't really it's not a micro cap, it's more of a mid cap, correct?
No, it's small cap, micro cap. I think it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Just have a look. It's got it's
what's the market? 100 million, less than that?
Yeah, less than that, right?
Yeah.
But this is the trouble with these micro caps, right? To have that long-term approach can be very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
And I feel very, very sorry for people who had that long-term approach up here and said, no, we'll wait and it will come back and we've got long-term. And now the takeover is at 130. I think you'd be pretty angry, wouldn't you?
You would, and I think what you're saying is absolutely correct, because if you do have a long-term view with this and say I'm going to hold it through, and you're probably correct in assuming that it might recover back to the $4 eventually, but the problem is in between someone could come in and take it over at a very cheap price, like they're doing, right? And say goodbye pretty much, and you go, hang on a second, this was supposed to be recovering back to $4, and it's been cut off. Even though you're happy in a way that you're getting a bit more money than 70 cents, so it's almost doubling what you've had, but you're still probably, instead of going down 80%, you're down 70%. Whoop, you do that.
No, it's really annoying. Hello World, Wolf.
Yeah.
I thought that read like a pretty good acquisition.
Yeah, look, it is. And the thing is, remember, these companies, CTDs, FLTs, Hello Worlds are all acquisitive. There's still a lot of those travel agencies around that they can actually buy. It's a good acquisition, but lots of things, because it's going to be EPS accretive in 2024. Overall, probably fits in the profile what they're doing. I think that what they said was it's a little bit of a insider deal, because that company that they're buying it off, it's got a 14% stake in Hello World, so they have to get approval from the shareholders. But I don't think that it will be a problem with that. Look, at the end of the day, that's how part of their growth strategy is buying other companies and they maybe sell it off like they did previously with it. So I don't mind it. I'm here for a trade. When they released that really good update about 6-7 weeks ago, I'm still holding to the hope it will get back to the $3 and go over that to get to $3.54. We just need another update from them, because I still think if I look at the broader picture here, Dave, and the broader picture is what is the travel industry doing, it's still doing very, very well. There was, I think this morning, they were talking to 2 airports in Melbourne, one in Brisbane, and they were talking to the bosses of those, I think, airports, because the whole school holidays are just about around the corner. And they said it's going to be absolutely chockers. People are going to be flying everywhere at the moment. So fairly bullish on this industry. So I'm still got hope. I'm not selling for sure.
Everyone, Wolf, some gold plays. I think DEG, just an exploration agreement. It's not really doing much. But Gore, a downgrade of production numbers, and that's why it's down.
Yeah,
7%. So not very good news from Gore.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Gold price also down a little bit, getting closer to that $1,900.
Wolf, we're gonna just look at a few American stories, and one story, and you've gone through the whole of the S&P 500, and I'm quite surprised, because you very kindly did it. You there wasn't that much that really on the tech space that really drove you too excited.
Yeah, because I think when you look at the S&P 500 and the tech stocks on there, they've already had that run, about 3 or 4 or 5 weeks ago when we had that AI excitement. So you had that big surge. So when you look at a snapshot of, say, yesterday when I was looking at these stories, the charts were good, but weren't brilliant. It was a bit of profit taking. It's coming back a little bit down. So maybe the timing of it isn't ideal, but there's still some stories out there that you probably still, I want to be part of these stories. So Berkshire is definitely one of them.
Yeah, and Berkshire, we put this on as a buy in October. When we put Apple out, we put a lot of those sort of blue ribbon American stories out, and this is actually up 19%, Wolf. It's looking good. So what I've done, I just sort of changed. Obviously, lift your stop loss, everybody, and I think we targeted that 360, and I think it was like a 2-year time frame. But the way the stock is looking, it looks like it could get there sooner than later, Wolf.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it could be by the end of the year, even.
Yeah, definitely. Now, there's a few stories that you quite like, so I'm going to let you talk us through them, Wolf. And the first one is Fortinet, FTNT. Had a breakout last week. It's come back a little bit. Totally with you on this one, Wolf. Looks very, very good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So that little pullback this week, because obviously we had a little bit weaker NASDAQ, especially last night, I think it was down 1.2%. It gives you an opportunity to get into a really good story like Fortinet. Profitable, cybersecurity, tech, you name it, right? So you'd be probably looking at this and thinking, okay, this is an opportunity for me to buy it around the 71. We've got maybe a nice stop loss, Dave. I don't know, just give us a stop loss here, maybe somewhere 68, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, listen, I think you tend to give it. Yeah, I think you tend to give it a little leeway. If you look at that, sorry, excuse me, look at that close back here. Wolf, you're like a guru, mate. You're right on there. I mean, 60, 67, 90, yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
I think definitely we could put that one on just something a little bit different. It's but also it's a quality story.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's been, like I said, the thing is, it hasn't really suffered too much during the sell-off in the tech stocks, right? It's come back from 71 to 50 bucks. It's not as bad as some of the other 80-90% drops of some of these stocks. So this has actually held on fairly well during the sell-off, and now it's flying, hitting all-time highs, and wants to go higher. So this is one of the top picks for sure.
And will you be looking to give it sort of about a 3-month target price?
Oh, look, I think maybe just give it a bit more, even, give it towards the end of the year, target at 80 bucks as the first stop, and see where we go. And I think maybe with this bigger stories, Dave, maybe it's an ongoing target, and we revise when we get there, hopefully. Because this thing can go in for years.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think, you know what, Wolf, I think I would give quality stories, and I think it's a good lesson here. Give them a little bit more leeway on the stop loss. Yeah.
So you're going to give it 64, maybe?
Yeah, we'll do the trend line. I think 60, 64, 90. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair play. Fair play. I don't mind it at all. I mean, you've got to give it a bit of air, especially if we're going a bit longer, right?
Well, yeah, it's not. It's maybe one of the better plays on our market. I'll tell you why I'm just saying that. I have had a look at it. It can be a little bit spiky, right?
Yeah.
All right, now let's have a look at this ANSS. So again, a good-looking chart, Wolf. So fill us in.
Yeah, again, so another tech stock, right? It's in a data space. So when I say that, it's not a data center, but I'm just going to read it out to you. It develops and globally markets engineering simulation software and services used by engineers, designers, and researchers. So pretty much a global software company. Again, it's had its bad time during the big sell-off that pretty much everyone got affected, even the big boys, Amazons, and so on. It's come back nicely, exactly where at the point it should have come back in early Jan, late November, December, Jan. And last week it hit its 12-month highs. it wants to go higher. Of course, this week, nothing looks pretty great. So it just gives you an opportunity maybe to have a look at this as a buy.
AVGO Broadcom, really good little breakout. I mean,
really like this one, actually. I have to say, this is probably one of my favorites at the moment. The fact is that it's a really big company in the US, and it's got two segments, semiconductor solutions. Semiconductors are pretty big at the moment, and infrastructure software. And again, a big play. So for me, pretty interesting. It had a huge breakout about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And I think you can go on with it, Dave. I think this is one of the better quality companies that is around, actually. Trading on about PE, just looking at PE of about 26, which is actually not too expensive when you compare some of the stocks are out there in the US.
Yeah, I think if you're going to trade it, just stop just under that 800.
Yep.
And APH.
Mm-hmm. And again, I like this one because it was last week looked bloody good. Right? Yeah. It's sort of like that nice setup of a swinging chart. And this week it's still holding on quite well. So another one of those tech stocks in the S&P 500 that I'm just going to quickly read it out. Is a design and manufacture market of electrical, electronic, and fiber optic connectors, right? So another one of the tech stocks out there in the US that looks pretty good. It's had a pretty good run a long time. It's actually held on pretty well during the sell-off. So again, fairly confident that it's not a dog. This is actually going to go on with it over the next few weeks.
All right, so we're going to put these ones on officially. I think FNT and APH. Yeah. We've got a buy just under that sort of 81. Let's say 81, 38. We're obviously trending this. Yeah, it's a trade. It's a large cap.
Yep.
It's medium. I think we'll do a 6-month target price as well. Give it a little bit of breathing space. You got a nice stop loss at 76.90, Wolf. That's on the weekly, of course, and you've got a nice little target price of initially 90, right?
Yeah, so you got 5, a little bit of trades here, hopefully a bit longer than your standard 1 to 2, 3 months. Maybe just keep it like a 6-month type view on these things and see how we go. Let's hope that NASDAQ, of course, behaves itself. This is part of the S&P 500 as well, so let's hope that also does quite well. And off we go. Let's see. Fingers crossed.
All right, Wolfie. TLX really comfortably hit our target price of 12. So it's been an absolutely excellent trade. So I think it was somewhere. I think we were just under 850 on it, and it's now, excuse me, 1253. We're up 47% on that, and that's a fantastic recommendation. And I think most people are in it. But if it ends a week like this, Wolf, it's looking better now than ever.
I know. that's the scary thought, isn't it? It actually looks better than ever. Maybe apart from that big green candle when we had it about 8 weeks ago, right? But this chart's saying buy me.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to spike up higher, right? So that 14 that could be on the cards, definitely. It looks very good.
You know what? The thing is that people going, is it too expensive now? That's the thing. We can't put a definite price target on this because I've seen some price targets of 15, 14, 15 bucks, right, on this. And this could go anywhere really, because we talked about it that they've got so many products coming online over the next few years that doubler, tripler, quadrupler from here if things go well. That's the sort of it's almost like a blue sky ahead. It's hard to really put a dampener on it saying, I can only go up to 14, 15 bucks. It can go far, much further than anyone can think of.
All right, we're going to put on those 2 American trades today. TLX is a buy if it looks like this by the end of the week. If you're in it, lift your stop loss. 1180. So I'll put that out on the platform. We're going to lift our stop loss on it, Wolf, and hopefully this one can keep going for us because it looks absolutely excellent. There were some decent broker upgrades with CWI and Evolution today, and PWR. Unfortunately, PWR is below trend, and again seeing some pretty decent broker upgrades on Rio as well. So market seems to be reasonably positive on Rio at the moment, or some of the major brokers, Wolf. I think that's all we need to talk about today. Tomorrow's obviously a big day. We've got RC Analyst Live at 12 o'clock. There's going to be all the stocks that are going to be looking good for next week.
Tomorrow, Dave. Today's Thursday.
Yeah, tomorrow. I said tomorrow, didn't I?
I thought you said today.
No, tomorrow. Sorry, it's my English accent.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank
I
God for
could
that.
have, yeah. If
By the way, sucked in England.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. But Wolf, I can't win either way because I got my family from Europe phoning me up, going, aha, you're gonna lose, and I won. Really, for them, I won. So they treat me as an Aussie.
Yeah, but the thing is that this is a fair weather supporter. You are. You basically back whoever's winning.
Well, it's because I'm a chartist. I go where the money goes. It's a natural.
Yeah, exactly. You're never a loser.
So you can't. You just support the winners.
Wolf, I don't follow the rules. What are you talking about?
Man City.
Only across the road.
Anyway, why are you wearing your curtains? What's with the curtain?
Hey, easy. Just because Ashes would be lost already after the first game.
What is that top? What is it? It looks like your curtains that you had last year.
More like maybe one of those Christmas numbers.
Maybe you got Mardi Gras tonight, have you?
No,
Queensland?
Christmas. Come on, it's not that bad.
Oh.
Bit of color. You need a bit of color because otherwise you're in black. It's like someone's died.
All right. On that note, Wolf, thank you very much, mate, and see you tomorrow. Bye.
Cheers, guys.